if you were watching this PowerPoint presentation, you have been selected by Higher Desert Milk to go over and meet with their Japanese powdered milk distributors. And in that, I was instructed to meet with you or to give you this briefing of the Japanese culture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about just the culture in general, the clothing, the etiquette you should have as you go to different places and restaurants that you may do, and then what you may be doing as the business meetings actually come forth for your meetings. So the first thing is clothing. If you're in a formal place, this is the business model of what they're going to be wearing. They're not going to be wearing komodos or any fancy ceremonial wear, clothing, traditional clothing that they may have, but they're going to be mostly what a westernized culture would look like. They aren't much different from America in this aspect, other than their traditional clothing lines. So there's common etiquette as you meet somebody. First thing, handshaking is not common there. So as the picture depicts on this, you will see that there's slight bows, saluting, and then respectful bows. So if you're just walking by somebody on the street or just introducing yourself casually to somebody, you just bow slightly or bow your head just a little bit. But when you're in your business meetings, you should respectfully bow, and especially if it's someone of great authority or power. Another thing, if you're going to go touring or anything like that, it's common to take your shoes off at restaurants or temples or any historic buildings. And when you take your shoes off, make sure that you face them towards the door and not towards the building in itself. When you have your first meeting, the biggest thing is to be polite and have manners. If you come in and you try and act casual, you're not gonna impress them or help them. The second thing is have a double-sided business card with a Japanese language on the back side and American English language on the front side. And when you hand it to them, you should hand it with both of your hands out and have it in the Japanese side facing up so they can read it. Now, a business card to them is it's an extension of yourself, and so it's not to be treated lightly. So when you first receive that business card from them that they'll give you, you should take it and you should read it, and you should put it in a business card holder, not just shove it in your pocket or wrinkle it or anything like that. And they will most likely give you the English side facing up so that you'll be able to read it. Alright, so now comes the business meetings. So when you go to business meetings, the dress is formal. You should always dress formal, and make it a conservative. Don't be very flamboyant or anything like that. If you noticed in the slides before, all the pictures, they're in just a black suit with a conservative tie, nothing super fancy, because if you come out and you're very abrasive or forward or try and be flamboyant, and that they get turned off to things like that. Next thing is use black or blue ink for your notes, and when the seating, you should always be told by the highest rank at the meeting where to sit, and don't take the lead in any of the things like eating or drinking or sitting down. And then show interest by clarifying what they say, and that will go a long ways as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and the last piece of advice I would say is if you don't know what's going on or what you need to do, just follow what they do and ask for help if you have a question for that. But I thank you again for listening to this and hope you have a great trip.